Hello everyone, this is Rick Creasy from TrainerTests.com, and I want to talk to you about some big news today that VMware has just released. They're doing away with the 2-year expiration of certifications. And this is pretty big news, because if you hold a VCP and then you allow it to basically lapse for 2 years and you don't recertify, what that has traditionally meant is that you have to take an additional training course and you have to pass the vSphere Foundations exam in order to get that VCP back. And then after you've done that, you actually have to pass the newer VCP exam as well. So it was a big problem if your certifications expired in the past. Now, the main thing I want to point out here is that it is still possible for your certification to expire. It's just not going to happen once every 2 years. So it's not an automatic expiration after 2 years. And if we take a look at the FAQ here, what you're going to see is that basically they're getting rid of that 2-year period. So there's no longer going to be an automatic expiration within that 2-year period, just to make it easier for you to basically stay certified. Now, the way that VMware is shifting their model is you'll notice a lot of the certifications have the year with them. So there's going to be new certifications released every year. So the expiration standard now is if you are 3 certifications back. If your certification is outdated by 3 of these certifications, you're going to be expired. And so when we think about what that means to us right now, let's take another look at these FAQs. Let's say, for an example, you are an expired VCP 5. Well, if that's the case, you're 3 versions back. So VMware is actually making VCP 5 active again. And you can now recertify without taking any additional requirements. You don't have to take an official course. You don't have to take the Foundations exam. So it's definitely going to make it easier. But you can see here, if your certification is older than that, like a VCP 4, you are expired. Your certification is expired. So you'll basically need to follow the new candidate steps. So what does this mean to us as VMware certified people? Well, what it basically means is you still want to stay on top of getting recertified. If you have a VCP 6, for example, there's now the 6.5, you want to continuously be upgrading. You still want to upgrade, because if it starts to get multiple versions back, there's still a possibility that your certification expires and you'll have to go through that whole process again. So my recommendation is to continuously keep getting certified, and once every 2 years really isn't a bad benchmark to stay on top of it. So I would say it's not a massive change for most folks, because the certifications are going to be coming out more frequently now than they have in the past. Like, for example, let's take a look at the data center virtualization track. So here's the VCP 2019. This is the current certification. So if I go back 1, 2, 3 versions, that brings me back to the VCP 5. So the VCP 5 is still a valid certification. I can just go ahead and take the recertification track here. So if I hold a current and active VCP certification, even including the VCP 5, all I need to do is pass the new exam. I can even pass the Delta exam and get my certification up to the current version. So you have to be within 3 versions. Once you roll out of that 3 version area, your certification expires. And if you take a look at these other certification tracks, what you're seeing is they have years with them now. The VCP 2019 for network virtualization, the VCP 2019 for cloud management and automation. So there's going to be a new version coming out every year. So if you think about data center virtualization, what that's going to mean to us is next year there will be a 2020. And then the oldest version will be the VCP 6. The year after that, there'll be a 2021. And then the oldest version that you can directly upgrade will be the VCP 6.5. So hopefully that makes a little sense of the new expiration model and what it really means to you. And again, my best recommendation is to just try to stay on top of these VMware certifications. I would still lean towards recertifying every 2 years, but you could probably push it for 3 years now and get away with it. So I hope this helped you better understand your VMware certification. And if you do need to refresh your knowledge on any of these topics, check out my courses on Udemy. You can find them at the link shown here. And you can use promo code Udemy999 to get any of these courses for only $10. So that's a great way to refresh your knowledge and to get ready to pass one of these certification tests to recertify.